So hey there everybody, it's a brand new year, it's 2025 and I have so many new subscribers on my YouTube channel. Actually in 2024 I gained 50,000 subscribers. And so I thought we would just kind of start the new year over. I want to introduce myself and I'm going to tell you more than 50 interesting things that I bet you don't know about me. Now if you've been on my channel since 2019, yeah, it is 6 years. 2019, February in fact of that year, was my first YouTube video upload. And now look where we are, almost 150,000 channel subscribers later. And I love it that you all are here with me on this crazy journey we call life. But in this video, I thought it would be really fun to share some facts about myself with you all. If you've been around for a while, you may know some of this. Other things you may not know, you might learn something. And if you're new here, you're going to get to know me a lot better. So let's just start with who I am. My name is Renee. I am 53 years old. I'm born and raised in Western Kentucky. That is where I still live today. I've been married to the same wonderful man. His name is Randy for 23 years and we have 2 beautiful daughters. We also have 3 dogs, Maxie, Lola, and Pollux. And throughout our marriage, our family has had 5 rescue animals, Benson, Benny, Maxie, Pollux, and Lola. Speaking of rescue dogs, Maxie's 14th birthday is coming up on January the 9th. I have one sister who also lives in Western Kentucky. My dad is still alive and my mom passed away about a year and a half ago. So I started my YouTube channel in February of 2019 because of this hair. This gray hair. In November of 2018, I made the decision to stop coloring my hair. And when I went to YouTube to find videos on what I was going to look like with having curly gray hair, nobody like me existed on YouTube. So it was the middle of the winter. My husband and I were on vacation and I said to him, you know what? I think I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. I'm gonna document my journey, my experience of going from dark colored hair to gray. So that's how this channel got started. And back in the beginning, all I talked about was gray hair, but I got kind of bored talking about it, honestly. I'm so much more than the color of my hair. I have lots of interests, things I wanted to share. So my channel has evolved over time, and I honestly don't even know when the last time was that I talked about my gray hair. Growing up in Kentucky in the 80s, I was born in 1971, so 70s and 80s, it was tough being a little girl with super curly hair. It is not common. You don't see this very often. And because we live in a small town, I don't think there was anybody in my school who had curly hair. So kids made fun of me. I had some teachers actually make fun of me, which now that I look back at it is a pretty crappy thing to do, but that's what it was. And so I was very insecure about my hair. When I was a teenager, I tried to straighten it and get the curls out. I did that through college. I had my first child and I decided, you know what, I do not have time for this. And I decided to embrace the curls. And then in my late 40s, I decided to ditch the dye because just fighting the gray hair became too much. It just wasn't fun anymore, and I decided to just be me. Best decision I've ever made for myself. So speaking of this YouTube channel, I have almost 150,000 subscribers as of right now and almost 600 videos on this channel. So if you're interested in any specific topic, I have playlists on the channel about where we like to vacation, how I eat, my husband, my daughters, the dogs, the hair, the curls, all the things. So you can go back and find those playlists and watch videos that are all on one topic. So now let's get into more specifics. Let's talk about food. I'm not really a picky eater. I'm not a huge fan of a big chunk of meat. I don't eat steak. I don't love a pork chop. I will eat a chicken breast if I've cooked it. It is almost never that I go out to a restaurant and order a chicken breast. I'm a girl who loves the side dishes. The mashed potatoes, the hash brown casserole, the green beans, the corn, the broccoli, the Brussels sprouts, the orzo, the pasta, like all of those things. Asparagus, roasted red pepper, love it. So I am definitely more interested in the side dishes and not so much the meat. My favorite food though is pizza. I could eat pizza all the time. Thin, crackery, crispy crust pizza with pepperoni and either ground beef or meatballs. That's my fave. But my husband does love a good steak, so when he wants to go out to a steakhouse, I get the salmon always and forever. You cannot beat a garlicky, buttery, perfectly grilled filet of salmon. I'm a water drinker and an unsweet tea. I have a cup of coffee in the morning with only half and half cream in it, no sweetener, no sugar, nothing. And if I do have a soda, which is not that often, but occasionally I do, I will have a Dr. Pepper. If there is not a Dr. Pepper around, in my opinion, no other soda is worth it unless I'm in Mexico and I can get a true Mexican Coca-Cola with pure cane sugar. I'm definitely going to indulge. Years ago, Randy and I went on vacation in Puerto Vallarta, and I'm not a beer drinker, but he wanted to go on a craft beer food tour. So we did. And on this tour, I got to sample little sips of different kind of beer. And lo and behold, I realized I actually like a porter. So if we go to a craft brewery or somewhere that has craft beer on tap, I'll sample some porters and sometimes I'll find one I like. And that's what I enjoy, is a really good porter. And I can never pass up a really good margarita. And another fun fact about me, did you know that I wrote a margarita drink book? I sure did. Links will be in the description box. I started intermittent fasting in the summer of 2022. So almost 3 years later, I still eat that way. I eat all of my meals and consume all of my calories in an 8-hour window of the day and don't eat for the remaining 16 hours. I think it has done wonders for the way that I feel, the way my body looks. I'm able to maintain my shape and my weight, and I basically eat anything that I want to. And I really do think that I owe it all to intermittent fasting. I start every day off with the same exact breakfast. I have a cup of coffee when I first wake up, and like I already said, I put a dash of half and half cream in there, no sweetener, no sugar, no honey, none of that. And then about 10:30 every morning, I have a big bowl of low carb yogurt with pecans, low carb granola, and fresh berries, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, depending on what looks good at the grocery store. I do have a sweet tooth. I love chocolate. I love peanut butter, and I love Christmas crack. If you have not seen my Christmas crack video, I will link it in the description box. Christmas crack is my weakness. I cannot stay away from the stuff. If there is Christmas crack in my house at the holidays, I'm eating it. I literally every day stuff my face with Christmas crack. And I don't think there is any other sweet or even any other food that I'm so obsessed with. Christmas crack has my heart. And I'm not super picky about foods, but I know that I do not like black-eyed peas, sauerkraut, or capers. There's just something about them, can't do it. So what do I like? What do I enjoy? Well, I love to read. I'm not somebody who sits down and watches a movie. I would much rather read a book. I really enjoy staying active. I am always on the move. I like to walk, stretch, yoga, Pilates, strength training, all of the above. It just makes me feel good. I have to move, I have to exercise, I have to be out, I have to stretch my body, I have to use my body. That's what makes me feel good, and I actually enjoy doing it, believe it or not. And I love to be outside, gardening, picking up my flowers, watering the plants, swimming in the pool, just being outside. I love to be barefoot in the grass. I don't mind getting dirty. I actually enjoy being dirty. I don't mind being sweaty. To me, that's a good time. I love to get out my power washer and get all the grime off the patio that accumulated in the winter, and I'm covered in mud and dirt and grime and water splashes, and I just eat it up. It's one of my favorite things to do every spring. So I'm just counting down the days until I can get outside and do it. It'll be here soon enough, I know, but just being outside, that is my thing. I love the sunshine. I love the way it makes me feel. I want to feel it on my face. I want to take it in with my eyes. Sunshine just makes the world a better place. I am not a night person. I love organization, cleanliness, tidiness. Everything in my world has a place that it lives. If my house gets messed up or cluttered or things get out of place, I can't think straight. I don't know why, I just can't. So every morning I make my bed, The house is always tidy and picked up. Now, it may not be deep cleaned, but it is clean enough. I don't like things laying around. I don't like piles of papers everywhere. It's got to be organized. I have to be responsible. I love numbers. I love a good spreadsheet. I think numbers don't lie. I love the organizational feel of a good spreadsheet. I love to have everything documented. I want to be able to see it. And I also love to be creative. So normally those two things don't go hand in hand, but for some reason for me, they do. Numbers, organization, and creativity. Go figure. And I love to cook. I really enjoy cooking. Being in the kitchen, just touching the food, getting my hands in it, coming up with new recipes, figuring out ways to take recipes that I see online and tweak them to make them the way I want them to be. I enjoy it. Now, that doesn't mean that I want to cook every night, because I don't. I might want to cook 4 or 5 nights a week. And that's great. The rest of the nights we'll go out and grab something to eat. But I actually do enjoy being in the kitchen. I love ingredients and kitchen gadgets and pots and pans and everything about a kitchen. It really is my happy place. Speaking of happy place, one of the things on the top of my list of things that I enjoy is Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. That is my happy place. We vacation there once a year. Last year, actually, we went 2 times. And I absolutely love the Mexican culture, the vibe of Puerto Vallarta, the city itself, the people there, the food is just, oh my gosh, unbelievable. All the things to do, the weather, the beach. And I hope one day to be able to spend more time there than just simply a vacation. So by now, you probably know the types of content that you can expect on my channel. But I wanted to be clear about some things that you will never see on my channel. I will never discuss politics, religion, sex, news, what's happening around the world, current events. No. Now, I have my opinions, just like I know you have your opinions, but I don't want to talk about them with you. I don't even want to talk about them with my friends. Those are things that I keep to myself, and so I do not bring that into my channel. My channel is a fun place. It's a free space. We're all just going to get along. I'm not somebody that likes drama. I'm not going to stir the pot. I'm not going to bring up all the things. I'm just here to enjoy myself, have a good time with you all, and I hope you're here to do the same. Ooh, some things I do not like. I do not like cold weather. I don't like parties with a bunch of strangers. I'm a homebody. I like to be here doing my thing. I do not like cigarette smoke. If I am out and encounter somebody with a cigarette, I will absolutely hightail it in the other direction. If we are at an outdoor restaurant and somebody is smoking, I will get up and leave. Cannot stand cigarette smoke. And I don't like repetition. If I have to do something over and over and over, if it's repetitive, the monotony drives me out of my mind. So as far as fashion and my home and my style, I'm a casual gal. You all know this. It is not often that I get dressed up. If I have to put on heels, oh my gosh. And actually, coming up, I do have to put on high heels for my daughter's wedding. I'll do it if I need to. That's totally fine. But just on the daily basis, no. I'm a super casual gal. And my home is casual. It's lived in. I want it to look like we live here. I could not imagine living in a house that was sterile and I was afraid to touch something or get something dirty or move something. That's absolutely not my style, but casual does not mean untidy. I like tidy and I like casual and comfortable. And I thought it might be fun to share with you some of my favorite sayings or favorite quotes. I'm assuming everybody has some quotes that they love and live by, and I have 5 of them. The first one, I'm sure your mama said it to you when you were little, but it's actions speak louder than words. So true. The second one is done is better than perfect. And actually last year I did an entire video on that quote, done is better than perfect. I'll link it in the description box. Commitment is what transforms a promise into reality. I discovered that quote when I was in high school. It is the opening line of a very long poem. I cut it out, taped it on the mirror in my bedroom, and I still have that exact piece of paper today. It's in my bedroom. The fourth one is when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. That is a tough life lesson to learn, but it's so true. And the last one is by Abraham Lincoln, and you've probably seen this. It is a big picture in my kitchen. Live a good life, and in the end, it's not the years in the life, it's the life in the years. So, so true. So what do I actually believe in? Well, I believe in karma. I believe that everything happens for a reason. I believe in a good night's sleep. I do believe things are meant to be. And I believe you have to work for what you want. Nothing in life comes easy. So if at this point in the video you're wondering, okay, Renee, you're 53, you're here on YouTube, but what did you do before that? Let me give you a quick summary of my education and my business life and what led me to this point. After graduating high school, I went to the University of Kentucky, go Big Blue, where I graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Marketing and Communications. From there, I went on to work for a small telecommunications company. I was there for 23 years, acting as their Chief Operations Officer, and then on a whim, out of the clear blue, I decided to open my own ice cream shop. That ice cream shop opened in the summer of 2017, and then in February of 2019, I launched my YouTube channel. So for a lot of years, I was juggling two things. I was 90% of my time dedicated to ice cream and 10% of my time to my YouTube channel. Then at the end of 2022, I sold my ice cream shop. So now I'm a full-time YouTuber. I'm a full-time content creator. I'm on Instagram, I have my YouTube channel, I put out a weekly newsletter, and I write cookbooks. I've written 4 different cookbooks, and I do live cooking classes. Haven't done one in a while. I think it was last summer. It was the last time I did that, but that's why there are so many cooking videos on my channel. I just love to cook. I love to put things down in writing and share it with you all. So that's where I am today, y'all. 53, loving life, doing my thing, and so glad that you're here. Now, I would love to know something about you. Leave me a comment telling me just a little bit about yourself, because on my end, when you comment on a video, all I see is your username. Your little picture is so incredibly small, I can't tell what you look like. I see your username, which in most cases is not even your name. So I would love to get to know you better. So just leave me a comment and tell me a little tidbit about yourself. So now you know all the things about me. See you in the next one.